Hey y'all, it's MissMosstheBoss of MissMosstheBossTV, and today I am bringing you a story time. Now, if you did not tune into the live chat, you know that this is the beginning of a 4-day story time marathon, okay? So once again, thank you to everyone who subscribed to me thus far. Y'all got me to 4K subbies, and this is y'all treat because we've been asking for this. So I'm coming here to bring it to y'all. But it wouldn't be right if I didn't start this week, this 4-day streak. It wouldn't be right if I didn't start this story time outright with a collab. And yes, this is a collab with my girl and my sissy, Miss Uneak Tershai.
The nigga hit it and quit it on my birthday. Hey y'all, it's Uneak here. I just wanted to say, come on over and check out my story time about my one-night stand on my birthday. Yes, he hit it and quit it on my birthday. And let me know in my comment section if you're coming from Reed's channel, okay? I hope y'all enjoy Reed's story time, and I'll be waiting for y'all over there on my channel.
If you hear from that Neek channel, hey boo, you know, we about to get this popping, okay? The pleasure for you, and all of this is heavenly. So be sure to, after you see and get this juicy tea with this story time, you make sure you head over to their channel to get joints in on this intercourse, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all probably like, what the heck? What read is this? Yes, I know. This is why. This is Sexy Sunday. We starting this late night. Sorry for all you youngins. I'm going to put in the edits that this is rated R. So, you know, this is viewers' discretion, okay? Viewers' discretion. So, let's get started. Should stay another night with me. Summer or whatever, I'm usually always, let's just be honest, let me give you a backdrop, because for y'all who don't know, y'all don't know me. So I don't really usually come up on here and I talk about my sex life. For the most part, most of my stories, we all know that I wasn't getting it in like that. But by the time I turned 21, y'all, I was adult. I felt like I was ready, and shit happened. If you guys want a story about losing my virginity, I'll let you guys know. Be sure to comment that below. I got y'all. I'll give you the tea on that in a different story time. But anyway, so last summer, I had a summer of, I guess, living and just enjoying me. Mommy, I'm sorry. So I'm giving y'all backstory so I can know where I met this guy and how I ended up in the situation that I ended up in. Okay, but yeah, so I wanted to explore. I was meeting a lot of people, and it was just a time of me just saying to myself that, you know, I'm older now, I'm an adult, and I am open to just meeting people. I'm about to go into my senior year of college, and you know, I'm ready to date. I want people to take me out on dates. I want to go out with serious people. So when I got back home, I had this girlfriend, we gonna name her Jamie. Jamie was like, you know, let's go out, like let's hang out. I know that Jamie is my friend, one of my few friends from high school. I don't really hang out with the other girls that I hung out with, so she was one of the people that I still kept in touch with. So she like, yeah, let's go out or whatever, and let's turn up. My sis got us these tickets for this party. It's an all-white party or whatever, and we could be out and about and doing us. So I'm like, bet. And mind you, y'all, this is actually, I wasn't 21 yet. So this is last summer, but I wasn't 21 yet, y'all. Like, I literally turned 21 the week after this event. So from the rip, I should have known that this night was gonna be mad interesting, because I had somebody else's ID I had just got at school, like in the spring semester, right before we got out. And of course, in Atlanta, not for nothing, I know that I really shouldn't be telling y'all this, but we keep it real on this channel if you ain't know. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. So in Atlanta, when you in college, at the end of the day, long as you got an ID that look like you was kind of sliding on certain bars. But yeah, so I had just got this girl I knew, my old, one of my old RAs, ID. We both had natural hair. And that's really the only similarity we had. But she was brown and she was brown skin. But in Atlanta, that was enough. The fro was a go. So if I had the fro like the girl, it was a go. We get to the party or whatever, from the rip, I'm already contemplating if I'm going to get embarrassed. My mama Monica dropped me down to the party or whatever, and basically we got there, and it was kind of like playing with fire. I'm on the phone with Jamie like, girl, do you think they gonna catch me? Mind you, I'm sitting right outside the club. Do you think they gonna catch me? Do you think that, you know, we gonna be caught? And she like, the way we gonna play this out is like this. So this is what we gonna do. She basically ran it down there. She was gonna go before me. She was gonna act like kind of like how I would with my ID. But since she was really of age, it wouldn't seem so suspicious. And then she also told me to stay on the phone. So I wait in the line. I called my mom, who's still sitting there, because my mom was like, if you get caught, I'ma have a car running so you not publicly embarrassed.
Mama Monica Rider.
On the phone, and the boy look at my ID, he look at me, look at my ID, look at me, you know, and then he go, look behind my head like as if something was gonna change. He go, oh, you from Atlanta? So I go, yeah. And he go, you don't got no other form of ID? And I was like, no. And he was like, all right, go ahead. Y'all. So from there, I already knew I was getting in some shit. Only because I was nervous. And I knew that he was really only letting me go because of what I had on. I had on this white dress with these pink heels from Topshop. And it was like all this cleavage right here. So, and I had this popping purple lip. So I was slaying. So it was kind of like the slay let me in today. The slay let me in today, okay? We get in there, we meet a couple people, we having a blast. Basically, the sister had a section, we was getting it popping. But then I meet the DJ, well, a DJ. Or I think he wasn't DJing the night, I think he was there to DJ. And at the time, I didn't know that this was Jamie's sister's friend, or at least she knew him. So me and her is turned up at the DJ booth. We talking to him and we talking to the other boy, and he wasn't really fine, but he was okay. You know, he wasn't tall, fine, chocolate, or nothing like that. But he was alright. I mean, he was strong looking, and it was just whatever. So he gave me his, he gave me the number, and we basically on that finesse scheme. Like at the end of the day, he buy his drinks. He seemed cool. Next time we slide, you know, same deal. So that goes on. The night is great and everything is Gucci. I kept his number and it was whatever. And I didn't think he was that old. Like, he told me, I want to say he told me he was 20 something. I really do, but I don't recall. So I'm like, all right, life is Gucci, life is grand. I got a couple numbers that night. Mixed and mingled, had a blast, lost my voice, got roses in the club. It was a good night. We was a good night with me and my girl. Like, fabulous. So let's fast forward to the actual tea for the reason why you came here. You know what I'm saying? So the summer goes on and everything is peachy clean. The birds is chirping, the deer are out, whatever the case may be. And I go this night out with my girl, Bree. We gonna call her Bree like we call Bree, okay? And me and Bree go out with her sister, Nay. We gonna call her Nay. And we just on one of them nights where it's bored. We're bored, we wanna go out, we wanna chit chat, we wanna hang out, but we have nowhere to go. So we like, F it, we gonna go to South Street. If you don't know, in Philly, people do the South Street thing when they ain't got shit else to do. Yes, it's some young boy stuff, but oh well. When you really ain't got nothing to do, you go. So we go down South Street, and my friend, we already had a bottle to ourselves. I think we either had a bottle of 99 bananas or some Amsterdam. And basically, we was just taking shots to that the whole night. I know y'all like, Ree, you really be out here. So I sat there and we turning up, and by like 2, 3 o'clock of turn up and just being down South Street, we was like, we went to go sit on some random steps. And now we kind of turned, but we not turned enough. And I was like, well, we gonna just finish the bottle or finish the whatever. So we finished that, and I had food and stuff, so I wasn't really crazy turned, but I was turned. So you know that when you finish liquor, y'all, I just want y'all to, just a teachable moment. When you finish liquor straight and shit like that, I don't care how much you have, eventually that stuff, it might not hit you instantly, but eventually it hits you. So we sitting there and we got done drinking. It was like, oh, well, we probably about to go home because we ain't got nowhere else to go. And I was like, all right, cool. But none of us wanted a ride home. We didn't want to take the sub or whatever because the night hour or something like that was going to be running. So my behind, because at the time, like I said, I was living life, I was young, I'm texting the dudes I talk to, because at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not sleepy. I want to go get some male company, so that's what I'm going to do. So I texted this one guy who at the time I was like head over heels whenever he say he wants to be bae. I'm with it. Hoping that he text me back. But he was playing with my life at the time. And I ended up having an experience with him. But yeah, and then I also text the guy from the party with Jamie. So of course the Jamie guy answers, because this is the story time's about. So he answers and he's like, what's up? Oh, you want me to come scoop y'all? I'm like, yeah, it's me and my friends. Boop de boop de boop. And he basically like, all right, I'll come get y'all. So he come and get us, and from off rip, y'all, I really should have known that something wasn't right, because my mans came in a minivan. Okay, a minivan. So now I'm over here trying to figure out what did I really learn about this man at the club. But at the end of the day, it was like, well, he's coming to get us. I don't care. I'm turned. Whatever. So at the time, Bree could have probably came with me if she wanted to, but Nay was underage. So we in the car and we talking to him like, these my two friends, these my sisters, because most of the time if you hang out with me and we close like that, I'm more than likely calling you my sis. You my family. So I'm like, these my sisters or whatever, and he like, oh, what's up, how old are y'all, asking the questions. So I'm now filling my liquor and I'm like, oh, let's give him a name. We gonna call him, Jai. That's what we gonna call him, Jai. So I'm like, well, Jai, what do you do? Like, why do you got this minivan or whatever? Like, this joint big. So he like,
Oh, you know, I'm a DJ, so I need some type of car that have all the DJ stuff in it. You see the speakers all the way back.
so I'm like, oh, so you DJ or whatever? Like, okay. I was like, I was over here thinking you got kids. So then, y'all, he sits there to say,
I do.
So even Turk Reed was like, what? You got kids? So he like,
Yeah, I got a son.
so I'm like, okay, cool. Well, how old are you? So he was like,
Oh, I'm 30. Oh, I'm 30.
so when he said it, he didn't say it like loud and proud. He didn't say it like, yeah, you know, 33. Oh, he was like, yeah, you know, I'm 30. So I'm like, you what? I was like, you what? How old is you? I wasn't ready for that age at all. I could have swore this man said he was at least 26. I'm like, 30. I said, well, how old is your son? Like, are you married now? Do you really have like a family and a fence and everything, and I just don't know about this, and you just trying to do whatever? I mean, I wasn't trying to have like relations or nothing. I'm not that person to dive in that fast, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, so then he fixed his lips to say,
Well, my son is like 9.
so I was in the car, turned, but doing math. Like, so he had a baby around the time that I'm now. So that's a little risky. Right. But of course, y'all, because I told myself I was living and it was about to be living, I was like, AJ, okay, whatever. I found all that out or whatever. And it was whatever. So I don't know if my friends was listening. I'm not sure. But we basically get up to where we need to and we drop them off. And he's like, well, do you want to go home or you still want to turn up? And at this time, I was turned and I was like, I want to go dance. So he like, I know it's after hour. And remember when I met him, y'all, I was underage at the club. So it was like, I didn't want to say that I wasn't old enough to go to one because he met me at one. This is why, for you young girls, go to the club when you're old enough. It's not really good to go to the club when you ain't old enough. Okay? So, he's like, I'm like, sure. Because at this point, I can't say no. I'm supposed to be 22. I'm technically only 20, going on 21 or something like that. I'm like, sure. So we go to this place, we go to this bar, I get in, it's lit, he know the bartender, he tell her to pour some shots. So I take this shot of honey jack, and I knew after that I was done though. I couldn't have no more. I knew that was my limit, and I knew that I was going to be on 10, 100, whatever you want to call from here on out. I eat some food and I start to get water because I realized that, y'all, I was really turned. Like, I was turned. Like, I wasn't acting all crazy, but I was turned. Like, it was no turning back because I was already too turned up, okay? So he like, well, you ready to go? And I'm like, sure. So now it's like 4 or 7 o'clock, and at this point I'm like, I really don't want to go back home because this time to be coming home. And I don't think I had a key, so I was just like, F it, I'll just stay. So he drives me to his place, which ended up being on top of this bar that he worked at. I get in there, and you know, he did the oldest trick in the book, y'all. The oldest trick in the book, which was, you trying to lay down? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, well, I don't like outside clothes on my bed. So I'm like, okay, this is awkward because tonight I decided to wear a one-piece bodysuit, no bra. I don't wear underwear with one pieces and pants. So I'm like, all right, well, I try to hit him with the,
so you gonna give me like some boxers and stuff or something to wear because I don't, you know, I need some.
That ain't work. That ain't work. So I go to sleep and he was like, your bodysuit's fine. Okay. So I try to go to bed, y'all, and it went down. Yup, y'all, it went down. It went down. I know y'all like, Steve, what the heck? He was like 30, you was like 20. Like, it went down. It went down, y'all. It was crazy. But the story don't stop there. The next morning comes and I'm waking up with the, did I really just do with a 30-year-old man who I obviously didn't know like that? Like, this was a shocker for me. So, like I said, next morning comes and basically I'm laying there and I woke up, and after I woke up I was kind of like in this like, all right, I'm ready to go. I mean, it was nice. It was great, but I was ready to go because this was a situation where I just recalled that he actually knew Jamie's sister. So I'm like, oh my God, I instantly text Jamie telling Jamie of what just occurred. I'm like, girl, you remember Ja? Well, me and Ja ended up hooking up last night. It wasn't expected. I didn't know he was 30. And this nigga got a 9-year-old son. So she like, what? Oh my God. I'm like, your sister gonna think I'm a dad. She gonna think I'm a hoe. Oh my God. She don't want you hanging around me. You know, all these labels. She like, just chill, it's whatever. I don't think he gonna say nothing. At the end of the day, you blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, whatever. Well, y'all tell me why it got even more awkward. So after I'm done texting her, I had it on silent or whatever, I heard the door coming, so I turned my phone to you. Tell me why his son come in. His son creeps up. I guess he heard the creaks in the door, and he threw the covers so fast over my whole body. Like, you thought that I was a plump in the bed. So that his son didn't see me, and all I heard was, Daddy, I'm hungry. I want some cereal. And he was like, all right, I got you, son. Just go back in your room to sleep. Y'all, I had to clutch my pearls. I was like, you know what? That's when I had the rude awakening. I wasn't in love with shit. I didn't need to do none of this. This was not for me. I need him to take my little young behind home, okay? I was like, nope. Reed ain't ready for that life. You know what? This was fun. It was nice. I appreciate the experience, but never again. So when that happened, I felt like I was obligated to try to, you know, nudge him with a wake up, please. And I was like, okay, so you taking me home? He was like, yeah. I got you. I'm like, all right. So we get up, we get ready to go. Get in the car, he tried to make small talk about what I'm doing for the rest of the day, when he gonna see me again, and all I kept thinking was never. So yeah, got home, hit me up a couple times after that, all that great stuff, but never will I ever again. And it got even awkward. He actually DJ'd at this place that I worked at during the summer every once a week, so it was kind of awkward, but never again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. It wasn't something, it took a lot out of me to tell y'all, because it wasn't something that I normally got into. It was out of my comfort zone in general, with the fact that I'm talking to y'all about having sex, and then I'm talking to y'all about having sex with somebody older than me that technically is almost 10 years older than me. So yeah, if you enjoyed this story time, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, have you ever experienced something like that? This is for the grown and the sexy. It's Sexy Sunday, and you know, like I said, you want to be sure to still go check out my girl Neek. So go over to Uneak Tershai's page and check out her Sexy Sunday story time, and definitely go check out my boy Scott Santana's story time, and check out her Sexy Sunday story time. And don't forget to continue to tune into these story times. Get these likes up, get these comments out, and I'm gonna see y'all next time, basically tomorrow, with another good story time for you, because I'm bringing it to y'all full back to back.
I don't know what you've been told, but the sky right here is